Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Gashi's Command TV, the Tourism Black Africa. The President has assented the housing bill into law. It is now a law that everybody is going to pay the housing levy. It is now a law that not only the civil servants, the security agencies, the teachers, the doctors, those in the private sector, it is also going to include those people who are self-employed. It is going to include the Bodabodas. It is going to include Mama Mboga. It is going to include mtu wa kupagusa viatu. It is going to include mtu wa kusukuma rukwama au mkokoteni ukipeda. And this is the bill that will destroy William Samoei Ruto's legacy. Contrary to what many people believe, kwa sababu wengi wanafikiri ya kwamba watakuja kunufaika kutokana na hizi nyumba ambazo ni nyumba ambazo they are being referred to as affordable housing. The fact of the matter is that this is something that is very, very unpopular with the Kenyans. And I want to thank Okiya Omtatah because he was waiting for William Samoei Ruto to assent this bill, and once it become the law, he would move to court, and he's starting at the High Court. And I can tell you, William Samoei Ruto is going to lose this battle. I can assure you that the government is not going to win this issue of the housing, because when you look at it, that Kenyans are supposed to pay 1.5% of their gross income. And again, you look at it, you see that for one, even the Attorney General himself advised the government that this is an illegal undertaking. This is an unconstitutional undertaking. Kwa sababu ukisoma katiba ya Kenya, katiba ya taifa, inaonyesha wazi kama meno ya giri kwamba the issue of housing is not for the national government. The housing should be under the should be under the county government. It should be under the devolved governments, just like the agriculture. So whatever they are doing is unconstitutional, and anything that contravenes the constitution is null and void. The second thing, in my view, is that when you look at what they are doing, hizi nyumba ambazo wanajega katika what we call the public land. And the public land, you see, there's no way you can actually take that land unauzia mtu, something that has been built on public land. And you know, there is a law in Kenya that if you have a public land, you're only entitled to that land for 99 years. And after that, you are supposed to lease that land, or the government can terminate that land. So kile ambacho kitatokea katika siku za usoni, tutaona maajabu hapa. Because people will go to court, our generations. Suppose now the courts now say that it is okay. Utaona watu wakienda mahakamani, and one day, one time, this thing will come to an end. I don't know why the government is very keen, why the government is desperate for workers' money. And this is something that they can be able to do it through other means, because the government is getting a lot of revenue from Kenyans. People, when you go to any fuel station, more than half of the money, almost half of the money that you spend in the petrol station or the gas station, if you call it that way, half of the money goes to the government in the form of taxes. For those of you who are Ravilas, wale ambao wanakunywa pombe, kama pombe inauzwa shilingi 300, utapata kwamba about 150 shillings goes to the government. So we are paying a lot of money. When you board a matatu, when you drive a car, when you ride a motorcycle, remember you have paid taxes. I think Okiya Omtatah has approached this thing in the right way. And even if the courts are going to agree with William Samoei Ruto, kile ambacho kitatokea hapa ni kwamba watu wataenda the Court of Appeal. And the Court of Appeal is where you see even people, the judges now listening to every the person. Because, or if you ask me, one mistake that the government did, it did not involve what we call the public participation. Na kusema ukweli, duru za kuaminika zinasema kwamba walikuwa wanachukua vijana kutoka taasisi mbalimbali, hususan vyuo. Vijana wanapelekwa, wanapewa kitu kidogo, wanapewa shilingi 500, and they say that they are supporting the the housing project. They are participating, and then they would go back to class. Again, when you look at it, it doesn't have the support of the public. I have not seen any Kenyan who is supporting this housing levy. I have not seen any Kenyans, I have not seen any worker ambaye anafuga mkono jambo hili. So the fact that the president is forcing something down the throats of Kenyans is something that is a subject for debate. Kwamba wabunge wetu, ule usaliti ambao wametufanyia ni wa hali ya juu sana. And I can assure you, members of parliament, anybody, and I repeat, anybody who will be supporting the housing levy, anybody who will be supporting that bill, or somebody who voted for that, should forget that parliament. Kwa hivyo mkule kile ambacho mnakula haraka, mfanye vile ambavyo unafanya haraka. Mmetumiza vya kutosha, umefanya watu wawe ni kama watumwa katika nchi yao. And I can tell you that when that time comes, we shall make our decision, and you regret the decision. We are not threatening you, but we are telling you what is happening on the ground. Kwa sababu hamwezi mkawa ati nyinyi hamjali, kwa sababu kile ambacho mtafanya, we know, because you are also going to pay the taxes. Mtajiongeza mishahara, mtajiongeza marupurupu maradufu, and you are not going to feel the pain. It is only the common mwananchi who is feeling the pain. And now, when people say that government eats their own children, revolution eats their own children, and government is their own people, then that time has really come. Because you cannot tell me that this is what we meant by the bottom up. Kwa sababu watu hakutarajia hivi. By the bottom up, we expected that serikali ingejaribu kuokoa wananchi. And we remember very well that RUTO, when he was campaigning, he used to blame Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta for every problem that was happening in this country. He used to blame him because of the high cost of fuel. He used to blame him because of the cost of electricity. He used to blame him kwa kila kitu ambacho kilikuwa kinaendelea. Lakini sasa yeye amefika mahali sasa, na ndiye sasa amesababisha uchungu mwingi sana. Ndiye sasa amesababisha ule ambao tunaweza kusema ni ukandamizaji wa hali ya juu sana. Kule kuwakandamiza wananchi ni jambo ambalo halifai. Kule kuwafanya watu kwa mfano ukiangalia like now, I understand that the DP want to meet the avocado farmers, wale wakulima wa parachichi, kwa sababu ya vile ambavyo pia nao wanatakiwa kuwa wanalipa. Some of these things actually will not end up well, because it doesn't mean that when you tax Kenyans that the country is going to move forward. Because I can ask now that tumelipa kodi, now that we are being taxed right, left and center, what development have we seen? Now that the government is still going for loans, kila siku, kila wakati, because we are spending millions and millions of money. And if you ask me, I can say without any fear of contradiction that hawa watu wanatafuta pesa za campaign. Hawa watu wanatafutia pesa zao wenyewe. Because you cannot tell me if it is the issue of capitations to schools, the free day school education, the free primary school education, sasa inakaribia kuwa ndoto za mchana. And the Kibaki project is in jeopardy. The Kibaki and Raila's legacy project of free secondary school education is coming to an end, if anything to go by. If what we are seeing is anything to go by, kwa sababu tumesikia walimu wakuu wakisema kwamba shule zitafungwa mapema. If what we are seeing with the medics and the doctors is anything to go by, then we are in great problems. I don't know what you think, but from where I sit, the signing of that law opens another battlefront, a battle that is going to be very, very interesting. Who is going to bring fast between the people and the president? Because if you ask me, the opposition is the people, is not even the political parties. And I think most people who actually oppose William Samoei Ruto will have an easy time, because you only need to declare that the first thing that you do if you become the president is to do away with the housing tax. And I think Kalonzo has now his work cut out, and ni vizuri tumshukuru Okiya Mtata. So in this video, like this video, in support of me and Okiya Mtata, like this video so that it can go far to show that we are not supporting the housing levy, and have a beautiful, beautiful evening. Bye-bye.